Hey there, what's going on everyone? Jeeps here with another challenge video. In today's video, we're going to try to tackle Resident Evil 4 without using the merchant at all. That's it. Those are the rules. I have to let go of the only thing I've ever known and fight my way through the game using only items we can pick up and a few weapons in the overworld we'll get into later. To top things off, we'll also be playing on the professional difficulty as always. Now I know this run has been done a lot, so much to the point there's a cool speedrun of it with all kinds of cool strats, but I wanted to do it my way with my own game knowledge to see how I could get through it, and to be able to say I did it, of course. We ran into some roadblocks, for sure, but maybe not what you'd expect. Definitely not what I expected. Let's jump right into it. I wore Special 1 this time. It's pretty. Getting things started, Chapter 1-1 isn't going to be much different, as the merchant doesn't become available until the next sub-chapter. But just to walk you guys through it a bit, I shot a bird for a hand grenade, threw it out a window to kill some bad guys, and then went upstairs to pick up one of our very important items for this playthrough. The shotgun, one of the 3 weapons we will be able to pick up without the merchant. The shotgun is going to do us good for the whole run, but she does start to struggle around the island because remember, no merchant equals no upgrades. I threw another grenade and shot some bad guys with a shotgun and the Pueblo is done. I loot every bit of the ammo and healing I can from here while avoiding the yucky, useless money laying around and move on. The farm's useless. Here's a rock. Here's Lewis. Chapter 1-2 begins and we have our first encounter with public enemy number 1. We say a quick piece to him and this man right here, he's my father and my mother. I've looked up to him my whole life. But I finally outgrown him. Or maybe I'm just going through a phase like Ashley. And I don't need you anymore, Dad! Say goodbye with our heads held high, not knowing the road ahead of us. We gather the emblems with relative ease to get us moving through a dynamite fireworks show and up a ladder to a building to get the insignia key, all while collecting and saving as much ammo and resources as possible. 1-3 starts, and the idea for me here was to shoot the first group of enemies, including Sally Poo here, to knock them on the ground so I don't have to worry so hard about making it past them by running. Then, hope and pray I can game my way through the other groups of enemies to get to the insignia door. These Pueblo enemies move at the speed of sound on Pro, so you've got to be on it to get past them here. Our father makes an attempt to reconnect in a dark, wet, and muggy hole, but we're not quite ready to take him back yet. In the church area, I make what almost becomes a vital mistake. Wait, I need to grab the incendiary too. But I can grab it later, can't I? I don't have to grab it here. I grab it when we come out of the church with Ashley. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out later. This bird is a free flash grenade. Once again, Aquaman's redheaded stepchild is all the same for this challenge run. Harpoon the fisherman 13 times and Leon passes out. Time for the first boss fight of the No Merchant run. Our first test to see if we've built up enough resources thus far and if we can come up with a strategy to defeat El Gigante. Fortunately, this Gigante isn't too bad. I threw some grenades at him and was able to get his Plagas to pop out, where I then shot it with a shotgun as many times as I could. Then, when things started to seem the bleakest, a true hero arrived. Oh, Doge! I forgot about Doge! Of course I saved the goodest boy at the start of the game. Thanks to him, I was able to pop the Plagas once again and... Can't see... I missed! Fuck! I suck! Totally whiff. And at what cost? Mr. Doggo got... While the Doge just distracted him. Dude, he definitely pummeled him. But it's okay. He's made of kryptonite, apparently. Even with my miscalculation, Team Leo Dog still manages to defeat the Gigante. Hey, he would have died on the last cycle, but I suck and missed. We got Ashley back, and this chandelier had a seizure. Oh my god, why was the chandelier whizzing out like that? And here's where I learned I had made a mistake. This will be an incendiary grenade. Oh no! This is fine. I picked up an extra. Back in the soggy hole, our mother tries to meet our new girlfriend, but doesn't understand is not our girlfriend and just a work friend, so we implore her to see reason. All the way up to the cabin, I just briskly run past enemies to make this segment quick. Alright, the cabin. We've got a little bit to work with here, fortunately, and Lewis is working in our favor. We almost got it the first try, but... No! No! Lewis! I just got one-shotted. Lewis, what's going on up here, dude? Well, I don't want to talk about it. The idea here was to get as many Ganados in the first floor as possible, then throw a hand grenade. After that, I went to the corner with the stairs and held my own until Lewis was ready to go upstairs. And if things got too crowded, I'd throw another grenade. Once upstairs, I took post at the top and looked down with my shotgun, protecting that avenue of approach. Lewis was struggling a bit, so I helped him knock down ladders enemies were using to climb up at us. I had to use a precious incendiary grenade to get them off of us at one point, but it worked out. We were getting low on supplies, but we made it second try. And to boot, all the shotgun ammo that dropped happened to stay in the area into the next chapter. Talk about fortunate. Yeah, I ran through all the way to Mendez. Alright, Vitores Mendez, the big cheese. Surely he'll be hard without any upgrades, right? Nah, not really. Mendez is extremely weak to fire, which is why I've been trying to hoard incendiary grenades this whole time. I came up short, but fortunately there's one inside his room, so with a combination of the explosive barrel and 4 incendiaries... Ah, shit. Fuck balls, cock. Got him. I almost had a perfect fight. We're able to loot all his things in here and get out of the village almost without a scratch. In the battlement area, I hit this sick pistol shot that took me forever to get, but it looks really cool and made this area so much more doable. Got him! Dude, that was sick! That is such a cool shot. Okay, now this is going to be super cake. Up to the Garrador is pretty simple. I run my way through to the castle door. In the room leading up to the water hall, I place Ashley strategically near the prison key before taking out the Garrador. Putting her here is going to let us call on her as I run through, which will allow her to not get stuck on any enemies. And as they flood in, we sneak out the back past them first try, getting us into the water hall. Alright, the water hall. This and the cabin are something I thought would be huge roadblocks by now. But throwing this grenade right here helps make it so easy, I'll probably do this every run now. We threw a flash as well while Ashley turned the crank, which she really put her arms into because she got those stairs down fast. We narrowly avoid the scythe guys, especially Ashley. And once she points up to say she can go up to the second level, we reload the checkpoint to despawn the enemies. The Protect Ashley section, I'll bet was tedious for sure, also wasn't too bad. Floor enemies tried to overrun me, so I blasted them with a shotgun. Using the pistol on the enemies going after Ashley is challenging, but aiming for the legs is the way to go. Even then, Ashley became surrounded, and we were hanging on by a thread when she finally got it and pushed those madmen out of her way to come back to me, just to run away again in the next room. Nobody's one went pretty simply. I ran past them, and ran past everything in fact, all the way to the gallery key room. This room was a doozy for a bit, just because this red zealot with the key is no fun. He's really hard to kill before he runs off with the equipment we have. No matter what I did, he was making it to the minigun and we had to fight him there. The first few times, the extras kept getting in the way, but finally I took them out and was able to also get the gallery key from the red zealot while barely hanging on with any shotgun ammo. Me and Ricky have a moment of peace here, a moment between sides, a moment of solace, before moving on to Salazar's ambush. So these guys, I got one for each of you, buddy. Is this peace treaty? What does this mean for our cultures, for our mankind? What will the people think? That we're happy together. No, more blood must be spilt for monetary gain. Good night, Ricky. I'll miss you. We get our ornament by running through the door to the side to get upstairs without having to get scythed, and then use the rocket launcher enemies to our advantage, using the walls and the doors to get them to blow themselves up and their friends up. All we have to do is run right through the courtyard with the pretty little fountain, but take note because we will be back here soon. The little doggo's maze is the same as usual. As long as you don't look directly at them, you most likely won't get hit, so using the camera wisely we can grab the emblem pieces without worrying about them. On to 3-3. I had a small issue with the Garrador that drops in the cage with us. Oh, fuck, he sliced me instantly. God damn it. But after a few tries, we're able to escape with the flash grenade and magnum ammo. The flash gets put to good use in the next room as we immediately throw it to stun the enemies on the ground floor to raise the path so we can head over and get our new inventory space hogger, the rocket launcher. It's great there's a free rocket here and all, but this is really where inventory space gets taken into account. This bad boy takes up space and a lot of it since we can't upgrade our attaché case, and here soon it's going to get even more cramped. But there is a lot of ammo and grenades that come with it that will play a huge part in the next room. We found Ashley, and once we shoot her free with our stone cold precision, the room floods with enemies. With the items we have, this is going to be pretty rough. After throwing some grenades to our advantage, we pretty much only had the pistol. We kept shooting and shooting until we ran out of ammo. Seriously, I wasn't paying attention and it just happened. But it ended up being okay because it was only one enemy left, and even though the shotgun is a long range weapon, it was able to finish the job. The Ashley section is the same. Horny bonk. Horny bonk number 2. Okie dokie. Don't ask me where Ashley got the flashlight from. Horny bonk. Alright, now we're in chapter 4. 4-1 is easily where I spent the most time stuck in this run. First things first, now that we have Ashley again, we can do some backtracking, avoiding some scythe guys to the courtyard from earlier, and have Ashley piggyback up to unlock the door, netting us the broken butterfly magnum. Oh shit. Oh my god. No space at all. On back to the dragon room, we use our new friend to knock down the only important dragon statue, halting our progress to get the final ornament, and head out to place them. We didn't have to worry about anything else because it's just money, and who needs money? Okay, the path split. Knight and Queen. I chose to go to Knight first, and after looking at it, this is one of the hardest parts for a while. Fuck, man. I decided to go back to the Queen room to see if I could find anything to help me with it. I didn't, but I got the Queen's Chalice. The King's Chalice room was my first real nightmare. It just felt like I didn't have enough, and what I had was barely doing anything, even the Magnum. The Plagas popping out of these guys is random after all, and without the rifle, this was a mess. When I was finally able to get all 3 of the first Knight's Plagas out, I immediately hit them with the flash grenade to kill them. I only had one, but I wanted to use it on the first set because the Plagas that come out of them are much more aggressive and have a longer reach. The Black Knights were much easier. It took a lot to get all the Plagas out, but I was able to use the shotgun solely to take them all out because of how much slower their Plaga are. The Novies that take Ashley gave me some trouble. Damn, I need a kick. I need a kick. It's not happening, boys. It's not happening. We're not getting out of this one. Nope, I'm getting my face melted off. I die there. But on my second try, I shot some down from the sky and was able to breeze through much easier. The clock tower was simple all the way to the point we came back out on the other side after rotating the bridge. Here, I had a sudden realization that I was broke on shotgun ammo. 4 shots to my name. So I had to put some schmoobs on the enemies on the bridge to be able to get into the next room. Okay, I have to go forward and bait these guys. It's the only way. Fuck! Pro gamer stuff. Pro gamer strats. Pro gamer strats. All right. Twin Garrador. This was a fucking nightmare. This room was the hardest for me by far. I spent easily an hour in here of attempts. The 2 enemies in the front just kept getting in the way every single time, and when you kill them all, 3 more enemies spawn in their place. What I wanted to do was get the Garradors with the Magnum. However, my ammo reserve was pretty low. I had 2 shots. After countless deaths, the strat I was going for was to move forward and knock the 2 enemies on their back while the Garradors are moving forward. Then shoot the bell next to them so they both turn and face it and get stuck in the wall. Equip the Magnum and shoot them. If they lined up right, I could shoot both of them with 1 shot. I could never line up a second shot, but most of the time I was killing the unarmored Garrador with the second shot at least. At that point, it was up to me and my shotgun. Fortunately, there was some more ammo in the back of the room. After getting to this point so many times, I finally learned something. Stop being smart. No way! They just dropped Magnum ammo! No fucking way! An enemy in the second set drops Magnum ammo. This was a game changer. I grabbed the extra Magnum ammo and take my sweet time finally finishing off the armored blade slinger once and for all. Oh my god, I did it. Oh my fucking god. I couldn't even savor it because all I wanted was to get out of here alive, and more enemies flood the room after the Garradors are dead. After that nightmare, I was so happy to know I had a plan for the next. Vertigo drops in on us and I tried to kill him, but we didn't really have enough ammo. Hey, I gave it a shot. This is better because I need all that stuff anyways. If you watched my randomizer video, you know we learned Vertigo isn't so fond of doors, so we avoid him until we can head into the elevator room and then wait for him at the door. Once he starts pounding, we can kick it open and the big buggy boy will do a big backflip backwards every time. Wash, rinse, repeat for 4 minutes. Yes, 4 minutes. And we're free to go down. Nothing exciting happens to us on the way to the Twin Gigantes. This dynamic duo is going to be much nicer to us than the other one from earlier. We dropped the first one into the lava pit no problem, and we have to fight the other one legit, but we're able to do it without using absolutely everything we have. In the final Novi's room, I was worried here. The first light went really well, and on the way out, I threw a flash grenade and kicked a horde of them to escape to the next light tunnel. Novi's flood out of it before we enter, but we get lucky and they're flying. If an Novistador is flying, you can hit it with pretty much anything and it will fall to the ground and die in that 1 shot. Things don't go perfectly, but we get in and hit the light switch and actually make it out and run to the exit as fast as we can, getting into Chapter 4-3. 4-3 is everybody's favorite underground segment that actually wasn't bad at all. We got the initial key from the dual salvadors pretty seamlessly. The plaga in the falling ceiling room wanted to ruin our day, but we were able to get through to the minecart, which didn't give us any problems, as we can shoot most of the enemies down with the pistol before they can jump onto our cart. We get the Stone of Sacrifice and head into 4-4. Robo Salazar doesn't give us too much trouble, as it's all about moving around enemies, and whenever you shoot them, they fall out of the way most of the time. The real danger of 4-4 was this, the elevator. I had to make sure I took care of any archer because they had aimbot and were shooting me instantly. On the way up, Red Zealots drop down, and if there are more than 2 people on the lift at a time, including Leon, it stops. There was more than 2 people the entire way, literally. I used so much shotgun ammo on these guys, but at the end of the day, I was able to get up the elevator, and we could replace that ammo soon. We shot Salazar with a rocket launcher, straight up. In my head, it was the easiest way and the best way. Salazar is a long distance fight, and that basically leaves us with the pistol and very limited broken butterfly ammo. So I chose to reserve that magnum ammo for later and build up our resources again with all the items in Salazar's room and the rooms to come, especially since we have a lot of free space finally from the rocket launcher being gone. Now that we're on the island, we collect some magnum ammo while aligning some beams to head up a ladder to the next area. The guy with the rocket launcher really lets me have it a few times here, but that was because I was just being silly. Nothing really exciting happens in the armory, and we breeze past the regenerators dodging like Jill Valentine in the Resident Evil 3 remake. Crane game. The way to the keycard goes really smooth. We just run past enemies and come face to face with the Iron Maiden. I'm gonna be honest, the only real strategy I had here was to throw everything I had at it. So that's what I did. And this thing is a tank when you don't have any real gimmick to kill it. It took a lot of my resources, but after questioning life a few times, it finally went down and gave us the keycard. I flashed the enemies on the way back and took theirs off the table to replace it, and then juked the high school dropouts to get Ashley again. Now that we have Ashley, getting to the trash dump is a matter of using some flash grenades to get the enemies in both rooms off us so we don't use their precious resources. In the twin Iron Maiden room, I trapped the first one nearest to us behind 2 sets of bars and have Ashley help push a red block to make a path for us. I baited the other one down near us so I could go around the trash and push the block just enough so Ashley and I can fit through, hoping neither of them catch up to us. Ashley tries to get in our way in the wrecking ball room several times, but we finally get her to act right, and when we do, we can sit in the corner with our shotgun to keep enemies off us until we hit the lever the 3rd time to open the door. Another regenerator room here, and again, we're going to bait and loot these guys since we don't have the resources for them at all. We have a question rule called... What the Oh my goodness, that was literally terrifying. I don't know how it didn't grab me, actually. But we make it to the bulldozer room. The bulldozer doesn't give me much troubles until the end. For some reason, I just could not get the horde of enemies out of my way, and a plaga would pop right in my way every single time the second truck came around. This was killing me all the way up to where I found out the base shotgun is worse for shooting the truck here. I shot it with the base pistol, and it ended up taking it down much easier. The shotgun was still useful though. It kept the enemies dropping on our heads off us. We're going to skip ahead all the way to U3 here because nothing really happened all the way to it. The playground goes textbook. I was schmoving and dodging and shooting lights and opening doors, no problems. The real problem arrives when I got to the actual fight. You see, I had been trying to save up incendiaries again because like Mendez, U3 is weak to them, or fire specifically. I have 3 here. We need like 9 for this strat to work. So things are gonna get saucy. I died a lot here, and here's why. My strategy was to use my 3 grenades at the start, and then lure U3 to the explosive barrels and blowing them up near him for free damage. Then we trap him behind bars and shoot him with our 5 magnum shots and a few shotgun shells, and he transitions to the second phase every time. In his second phase, he can go underground, and you have to dodge him using quick time events until he comes up. I'm still able to lock him behind bars at this point and keep pelting him with my shotgun when all of a sudden, empty. All I have is a handgun now, and I tried using it, trust me. It's just not good here. What did I end up doing, you might ask? Well, what is there left to do? Knife. Yes, I had to knife U3 to death. Well, after I already did the strat that I mentioned before. After you dodge his QTEs, U3 comes up out of the ground and there's some time to attack him. So after some figuring out, I was knifing like a madman and running away at lightning speed to get away after he turned to face me until he went back underground so I could repeat the cycle. And well, after a few tries, well, just watch. It's beautiful. It's called something about a phone, I think. I did it! I did it with the fucking knife! Well, kinda. But I did it! God damn it! Oh, if I could teabag in this game, I would teabag so hard right now. Thankfully, the next fight in this boss rush is going to be much easier. Jack Krauser is extremely weak to the knife, and we're warmed up with it right now. I was able to get the cool fast right here, too. Don't worry, guys. This is okay. Ha! First try. Or second try. First try, really. Killed him in like 20 seconds. Let's go, baby. Looted everything in Krauser's area and head to 5-4. 5-4 is a running simulator. It took me a few tries to get past the first segment because Mike refused to help. But once we make it to the lever, we can reload checkpoint and despawn all the enemies. Now, yeah, see, he hit me immediately after I came off of it. Like, there was no dodging it. But after I do that, I can retry from checkpoint and all the enemies will be gone, so. In the next area with 3 Gatling gunners, I tried to be smart and do the same strat I did in my randomizer by shooting them with the Magnum from a sneaky spot, but... Oh my fucking god, let me go. Well, yeah, that happens. So, I ended up just running through pretty easily with the use of a handy grenade. More running simulator action. In the last stand, the Ganados are very aggressive towards me on the bottom layer, and even after a grenade, the keycard enemy doesn't die. So I have to shoot him with a shotgun shell. Once we have the keycard, we head up, and thankfully the enemies stay at the lower level, which is huge for us. We can press the buttons easily and throw a flash down the ladder to get out the remainder of the way. I went back to the room we found Ashley in to get some free Magnum rounds and a Redder before heading to remove the Plagas from ourselves and head into the final chapter. Alright, one final fight. One final word with our father. I told you at the beginning of this that I didn't need you anymore. And this is the final trial to prove that I was right. Me and my definitely of age girlfriend are gonna go beat the final boss. So, watch me prevail, father. We're gonna prove it to him. The Saddler fight is textbook here. I use the explosive barrels and cranes to expose the eyes, as well as some hand grenades. Once the eye is exposed, I shoot it with 1 Magnum round before jumping on top of him before he gets up for some extra damage. Once all the gimmicks are out, we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Shooting the eyes on his legs with the shotgun and knock him down a few more times triggers Ada to throw our special red rocket launcher and we end the fight. No Merchant isn't over yet. I mean, anything to do with fighting is, but I could still embarrass myself. I didn't. GG, guys. You guys want to see the final screen? I'm so curious. I know that I died like 1,000 times. Well over 100. Oh, I died 63. I'm trying to see. $65 times. I died less than the randomizer. Died less than the randomizer. Oh my god. There we go. That shall be marked forever as the No Merchant run. GG, guys. So, that was it. We never heard from our father or mother again, but we saw the island explode. We know he'd be proud of us for how far we came, no matter how awful we were to him. But, at the end of the day, we did prove it to them. Being a past speedrunner really helped me a lot with some of these strategies, even though I obviously didn't run the No Merchant category. But it definitely helped me with my game knowledge. Not to mention, even with all that, I got hung up on some spots I definitely did not expect. But we were able to push through it at least. If you guys enjoyed this video, hopefully you'll check out some others and subscribe while you're here. And if you like Twitch, give me a follow over there, as I live stream this whole run there. That's not all. That's not all for you anyways. I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for watching, but you guys are going to watch a Merchant Killing compilation. Peace. And I don't need you anymore, Dad! Goodbye, Mother! Are you? Nut on your face. Hey, look, it's the Merchant. Carry over. Who are you? Gamer. Oh, yeah. Can't forget, for sure. Nuts. Hey, dude. Bye. I have to do it. Shoot you in the toe this time. Anyways, I'm gonna leave the Merchant being teabagged. We're teabagging the Merchant right now. And shit. Dude sells a rocket launcher that can make our lives so much easier. Bitch. Shit. Shit. God damn, why'd he sound like that? That was kind of creepy. Oh, bitch! Later, nerd! Fun. Goodbye, father. Anyways. Green. Die.